it's Sarah. Welcome back to my channel. It's great to have you here today. Today I want to talk about Marley spoon. So if you don't know, it's very comparable to HelloFresh. I decided to try it back in January because, or I guess it was more December or January, just because we were getting tired of eating the same thing. I'm not the best cook either. So we really do have basic items, I would say, most of the time. So I wanted to kind of just give us something new to try. They also are having a really good promotion. I think it was $100 off. So it was $25 off each week for 4 weeks. So I wanted to give it a try. We have been members of HelloFresh for a very long time, several years. Pros and cons to that one. So I wanted to try Marley spoon to see kind of like how it compares, I guess. And at the end of the day, maybe which one I would probably choose. So Marley spoon, it is a weekly food subscription box. So you can skip any week you want, but you are I haven't seen a limit, I would say, on how many I can skip in a row. I have done it a lot. But pretty much they send you pick your meals from a whole, website of options, and they'll send you all the items, ingredients, and the cooking sheets with them. This one is about, at least costing us on regular without any discounts, about $75-ish, $73 for 3 meals a week for 2 people. So it can be pricey. And I don't know if it's because inflation, everybody's talking about inflation, but it is actually a little bit pricey. However, knowing that I have 3 meals in my fridge every week that I can just grab and I just don't really need to think about much, I really do enjoy that. And actually their meals have really good options. So it is kind of pricey. Now, Marley spoon is, I don't know if she's a co-owner or sponsored or what, but Martha Stewart is like the spokesperson, I would say, when I see commercials. I don't know if, I don't know if she, owns it or started it or whatever, but the box is called Marley spoon. So, anyways, the food is great. I don't really watch or did not watch her cooking shows or anything like that. I know she gardening and things like that, but I know a lot of people do still like her. They do, one thing I really like about it, have dinner, or I'll start in order: breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then they also have like dessert options and like smoothie options and things like that, which is very unique, something that I have not seen with my HelloFresh boxes. So that is also kind of intriguing because you don't just need to buy food. You can have different options as well, including desserts. Okay, so let me get into some pros and some cons. Like I said, I've been using it now. It's February, so almost 2 months, 2.5 months. One thing I've really liked, and my husband's really liked, are the food choices that they give you each week. There are some really, really good options that are unique, new, I would say, kind of push you out of your comfort zone sometimes with different culinary types. I don't know. I'm not like much of a foodie person. I just like food. So I would say based off of like countries, maybe. They have like the American stuff. I've seen like Mediterranean. I've seen Middle Eastern. Just different things like that I think is really cool just to try new things. I've seen like some Korean bibimbap type of things. So yeah, I think their options are really, really good. And so far we haven't really gotten tired of them or seen a lot of repeats, which is something that HelloFresh, I see a lot of repeat food and you just are kind of tired of eating it, especially after having it for so many years. It's a great way and a great variety also for those who want specific types of food or have specific diets maybe. I'll be light on the word diet. What I mean by diet is there are vegetarian dishes, and like meat dishes. Then there's also like the dessert option and things like that. So the website is laid out so you can really identify what you want to eat that week. And you can choose in your profile kind of like what you prefer over things. So like we don't really want to eat pork or fish very much. So we just left that off of our list. So those will end up more towards the back of the page when you're looking to order. So anyways, there's just a good variety for all different types of flavors and, things that cravings that people might have. So we really do appreciate that. Items are apparently from from local farms. So it's not just random food thrown into a box for you. It's supposed to be locally sourced. Where the local is, I'm not sure, probably California. But the items that we've gotten are and have been very fresh. We haven't had any issues with squishy, outdated items. Like, this stuff is actually really, really fresh and tastes really good. So the meats also, we have noticed, are very tasty and low in fat. So when we've gotten like the ground beef, they don't send you like the 87% or whatever fat ground beef. It's more of like a lean. I think it's more around like the 93 percentile, if not higher. So that I appreciate as well. Also the interesting thing is, for at least the 2-person box, what we have really liked is there's a lot of food. We always have leftovers. And my husband and I eat a lot, and we have leftovers with it. That's something that HelloFresh we do not usually have leftovers with. But Marley Spoon, almost every meal we've had leftovers. Like, there was this one lasagna thing. Oh my gosh, it took up our entire pan. And we barely ate half of it. It was just so much food. So I would say in that sense, you are getting maybe your money's worth, because you can take it for lunch and stuff like that. But we did appreciate that they weren't chincing us, I would say, on the food. And then I would say the meals are easy. I wouldn't say that they're hard. There was only one recipe that I tried to tackle. It was a dessert, and I'm not a baker. And that thing took me so long. It was just the recipe I picked, and I didn't know. It was like a dulce leche's like snickerdoodle cookie thing. And I had to boil the can of like condensed milk for 3 hours. Like, I'm not kidding you. And you had to like keep checking to make sure like the water was over the can. And then once you did that, you had to stir everything together, mix it, bake the cookies, all this stuff. I'm not kidding you, it felt like it took all day. But in general, the food meals that I have picked have been easy, and they're easy to follow. So there was no kind of confusion, I would say, which I do appreciate. So some cons. Okay, some of the packaging was definitely questionable. I have a video here where this like yogurt or sour cream, I forget what it was, came with a huge slit on the bottom of it, and it was leaking all over our food. So that kind of sucked, because then I had to take everything out of the box, wash everything down, throw out the yogurt. I don't even remember what recipe it was for, so we just didn't use it. And it was just kind of like, it just sucks. You don't want to have to open a box and literally wash every single item before you even put it away. So yeah, that kind of sucked. The packaging on that was, sometimes there are some things that are a little damaged. I would say most meals, con-wise, take a while. Now, when I say a while, I mean over 30 minutes. I'd probably say 35 to 45 minutes, because by the time you like take everything out, read the instructions, cut, wash, just the whole shebang, I mean, it does take some time. It's just nice that everything's kind of in front of you to read. So that I would probably say, save you time than if you were doing it on your own. But yes, it does usually take a while. Now, another thing these subscription boxes, it's a struggle for us, is the amount of pots and pans and baking sheets and knives that you use for each meal. There's so many dishes. For us down here, we don't have a dishwasher. Believe it or not, I don't know why in Southern Texas, a lot of these houses do not have dishwashers. So I hand wash everything that we do. So when we cook these meals, sometimes you need like a pan, a baking sheet, and a pot, and then you're also using cutting boards and, bowls to mix things, all this. Like, I mean, you're going through like your whole kitchen every single meal, and that I have really, really not enjoyed. I'm somebody, my husband works a lot, and so I do all the cooking, all the cleaning, laundry, the dog stuff, doing errands, I do everything. So for me, the last thing I want to do is, after I cook like a 45-minute meal, is to then wash like 18 pots and pans, and then plates and cutlery, all this stuff. So that is kind of why we stop. We probably now only order these boxes once a month. It's just a lot of dishes. The meals are great and they're unique, but it's just a lot of dishes. So That's one thing I just do not enjoy. And then lastly, I would probably say a con for most people, especially like I said, I don't know if it's inflation or what is going on, but the box for 2 of us for 3 meals is on average $15 to $18. Now that includes shipping. So shipping is $7.99. So don't forget you are paying for shipping, but you're still paying $15 to $18 per person per meal. So at that rate, I would feel like you're then debating at $30 a meal-ish. Do you just go out and eat and just tip somebody so you don't have to do dishes later? I don't know. That's up to you guys to decide. I, again, do enjoy it. It just does get overly expensive, I would say, but doing it once in a while, you can try really good, cool things. So, and I can learn to cook better. So overall, though, I would say our Marley spoon experience has been good. I am, when comparing HelloFresh that I've had for several years, I lean more to Marley spoon over HelloFresh because the meals definitely are way more intriguing. And I would say the side items, now that I'm on a roll about comparing, Marley spoon gives you quote unquote side dishes. I would call them side dishes or a side on your plate that are not cheap. I've noticed with HelloFresh, you would get like, let's say a steak meal, which you can only get steak like every once in a while without having to extra pay for it. And your side dish, you'd have a steak and then you'd have like broccoli. Well, you can go to get broccoli for like $1 at the store. So like, it's just little things like that. It's kind of frustrating because you are paying a lot and then you're getting like a cheap side. Where the Marley spoon ones, we have noticed that you get better sides, I would say. Good like salads with good toppings on them. Or like a good like couscous with like extra stuff, and vegetables. It just, I feel like is just better in that sense. So you get your money's worth, if that makes sense. And you don't have to up pay for your fish or your steaks. Those are included in the price. So when we buy these boxes, we go with like the expensive meat just because why would I want to do like a cheap dish when I'm paying full price, right? So that I would say for HelloFresh, you can never find free steak almost anymore, where Marley spoon, almost every week there's like 3 to 4 steak dishes, 3 to 4 seafood dishes, that including like scallops and stuff. So I don't know. I definitely would say that is also another comparison, as I was on like the rant for it. But I would pick Marley spoon over HelloFresh, and that's what we have been doing just because of the quality and the type of meals. So overall, I would definitely give it to Marley spoon right now because of the options, and we really haven't had any issues, no missing ingredients or anything like that. So if you guys have any questions about Marley spoon, please let me know down below. I look forward to seeing you guys next time, and thanks for checking in today. We'll talk to you later.